Well, this week you have an opportunity to spend a night outside with some of opera's biggest stars.
Yeah, 4 internationally known opera stars will perform some of opera's greatest hits at Turner Park, and it's happening Thursday night.
Kathryn Leemhuis is one of the artists. She's a mezzo-soprano, and Roger Weitz is the general director of Opera Omaha. Thanks for stopping by this morning.
Again.
Thanks for having us.
This is huge. A big outdoor concert. But what's this all about?
Well, it's an unofficial kickoff to our season, which starts in October at the Orpheum Theater. This is a large community-wide event. It's free admission at Turner Park, Midtown Crossing. We start at 6:30. Ballet Nebraska actually will perform a special performance.
Right.
And then 7:30 p.m. we have 4 amazing singers, the Opera Chorus, and it's going to be a concert of greatest hits, music that people will recognize, music that newcomers and opera lovers will all treasure.
And maybe we can revisit that list here in a minute, but Kathryn, I'm curious about your background.
Yeah.
How did you come to opera?
I started with musical theater, but I couldn't dance, so admittedly. But no, I didn't realize in high school my voice was more classically oriented. So when I went to college, I went to Oberlin College for my bachelor's degree, and we opera singers train in Italian, German, French, and English, sometimes Russian and Spanish, which is part of what we do. And then we spend years training the mechanism. And people don't really know this, but opera singers sing completely unamplified, typically. In an outdoor concert like the one on Thursday, we are mic'd because singing into the open air is singing into the open air.
The acoustics of the venue aren't there.
Right. Huge park.
Exactly. So it takes years of training, and so most of us go all the way through our master's degrees before we even venture into the real world for
It's great to have you.
Well, how would that work? Like you said, I want to touch on this because opera singers, they're not usually mic'd up.
No.
Will be a handheld mic. You have a lavalier because you have to have that mic control. You got to back off because some of your notes are so powerful.
Yep.
How does that work?
It's a big mixture of pedagogical things, which would bore you to death.
No, pedagogical.
No.
Tuesday morning,
no, it's too early for that.
Points.
No, but we really are. I mean, a funny way of saying is we're trained screamers. I mean, we really are. We have complete control over our instruments, and when you've got the right technique, you can carry over an orchestra.
Wow. How exciting to have her and the other 3 artists. Who are they, Roger?
Well, we have bass Peter Volpe, soprano Monica Eunice, and tenor Jonathan Boyd.
Wow. So here's a little bit of information. Again, the concert is coming up on Thursday night. I imagine for you, part of this is accessibility to opera, but this is also for families, is it not?
Well, each year we want to make sure there's at least one family-friendly event that Opera Omaha is producing, and one that is accessible, like, as you said. This lawn can accommodate. Last year we had 5,000 people attend, and there's room for more. We expect a higher turnout this year, but it's great. Bring a picnic, bring the kids, bring dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs are allowed.
And you talked about some of the music is recognizable for some of the people out there maybe that don't know opera as much.
They may not know that they know it. There's our fall opera, Rigoletto, that we're opening in October, has a number of arias that have found their way into commercials and movies, and immediately from the first, I guarantee you, from the first 5 notes, the audience will.
I know that from that pasta commercial. I mean, really. I mean, and that's, we as opera singers and opera companies, opera's not a big American thing, and we want people to connect with it. And opera is so visceral. It's one of the most viscerally powerful genres that there is. And so. Yeah, so I think people will recognize the songs, and then they'll get the context, because the other thing that we're doing is we will sing these things in their original languages, but we have super titles. People also don't know that. We always have super titles, so you will know what is happening.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so you mentioned the upcoming season. Anything else that you want our viewers, if they're interested in getting tickets?
Sure. Well, every year we do a big variety. We really want there to be, something for everyone. We want to represent the whole repertoire, so every year there's a operatic greatest hit, which is our Rigoletto. Every year there's something very adventurous and something that not a lot of people know, but beautiful, wonderful music. And this year that's A Flowering Tree by John Adams. Opera is only 8 years old. And then we'll end the season with Beethoven's only opera, Fidelio, in a production that June Kaneko designed.
Oh, wow.
June, it's never been seen in Omaha, so we're thrilled to be able to present that.
That is
awesome.
nice.
Now, back to some of the details of this. Should people bring blankets, lawn chairs?
Sure, yeah, bring something to sit on, bring something to enjoy.
Alcoholic adult beverages.
Yes, some wine. Wine goes great with opera, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
some grapes and cheese and crackers and do the whole thing.
Exactly.
And you also said pets are allowed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We thought
That's
that.
a selling point for me.
I know. Kathryn, me too. My dog and I are joined at the hip.
How often do you get to Omaha? Is this your first
My
time?
first time, admittedly, we were just talking about this. I think I've only driven through Nebraska. I'm sorry.
Right. That's
Well,
okay.
you
That
and
happens.
thousands, if not millions of others.
Yeah, and it's so exciting. I don't even think people of Omaha know. You guys have a really good opera company here. You have a good ballet company. I mean, some of the best in the world. So go see it. Support the community.
And
because
especially when it's free. What's your excuse?
how can you complain?
Right, at this point, what is your excuse?
you
It's
can
not
bring your
just,
dog.
but it's not just that. There's some amazing talent on that stage that's going to be
Yes.
there.
Oh, we're
so
thrilled
true.
to have these 4 singers who are, these are international opera stars, and they're here for this amazing concert, and people are really going to be thrilled.
Ballet Nebraska takes the stage at 6:30, and then of course the music starts about an hour later. It's Thursday night at Turner Park, no charge. Make sure you take your blanket and your picnic basket and really have a beautiful night with your family. It sounds wonderful, Roger. Thank you for coming in.
Can you get your vocal cords warmed up in the next 10 seconds?
Are you putting me on the spot?
Probably not.
Don't worry, don't do it.
You need to come to the concert.
Yes.
Come to the
We
concert.
can't spoil it.
It takes a lot of warming up. You
does,
don't want to
right.
hear it,
I know,
especially
you
not
should.
at 10 a.m. But come to the concert. It's pretty. I mean, the singers are great, and you have the chorus there as well. And you know, people need to experience it and let themselves see something new.
It's really
sounds
nice to
really
meet
neat.
you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Kathryn.
I appreciate you
Good to
being
see you.
here.
Great to see you both. Thank you.
One viewer is curious about Peter Fink's favorite features in